Um, so I had seen something. Um, Somebody was talking about, kind of being forced back to work, but like kind of left the 9 to 5 lifestyle behind. And everybody's life is different. Everybody's lifestyle is different. Um, when I decided to leave my job though, I had made my mind up in that moment that I would never work another job again by any means. Like, I had already started making my mind up to detach from everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything that did not afford me to not work, I started to detach from. And I noticed like a lot of us, we get caught up in convenience and comfortability, man. Like, that's a real thing. And a lot of us, we love, whatever it is that we love that makes our day, makes our days, our weeks, our months, our years better. And a lot of us aren't willing to let go of those things. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's you like to buy clothes with your money, you like to you love your car, you love being able to eat out, you love being able to go on trips, you love to be able to update your phone every year. Like, we all have these things that we're attached to. And it's hard, to detach from those things. One of the things, and that's how I knew I was ready, because even while working, like, my lifestyle changed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went from just worrying about me to worrying about, my 3 kids, and I mean, they all came in at different times. So, it was like, it was no longer just about me. It was about prioritizing my firstborn, and then it was about prioritizing my secondborn, and then it was eventually prioritizing my thirdborn. So I was already being prepared for it and didn't know it. Like, I was being prepared for detachment, you know what I mean? And not, you know, just being, just being so attached to things, you know what I'm saying? So for me, that was like the easy part, you know what I mean? I was telling my girl, I was like, look, you know what I mean? This before the situation worked out the way it did. I was willing to let everything go. My car, just everything that I had going on, you know what I mean? Shit, if I had to move back with my grandma, like that, I was just putting everything in perspective. The hardest thing for me to detach from was just detaching from providing. You know what I'm saying? I had grew a real passion and a real enjoyment for just providing everything for my kids. So that was like the hardest thing, that we was gonna take a hit on that, you know what I mean? Like, just with my income being what it was and being able to do everything, plus more for my kids, you know what I mean? So that was like the hardest thing. And even with that, I've been making it, you know what I mean? And I've been okay. Like, it hasn't been as bad as I thought it would be, you know what I'm saying? And like, I let my kids know, like, this is just a time period, you know what I mean? This is a phase. Like, this is a low. We've been on highs. We had plenty of highs, and this is just a low right now until I figure out what I need to be doing for myself. But I definitely had made my mind up, like, no matter what, I'm not going back to a 9 to 5. And I mean that, man. Like, if I had to be homeless, if I had to be, you know what I mean, in some real inclement conditions, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it would be until I figured out, what it is that I'm supposed to be doing. This shit is not a game. It's not a joke. I can't be in that system no more. I can't be a slave. I can't, you know what I mean? Like, I just can't allow myself to do it. Like, I got dignity and pride, you know what I'm saying? Like, in that, in regards to that, not on no bullshit. I think we got too much pride and dignity and ego about the bullshit, but this is something that I feel strongly about. Like, and I know it ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know it's just not a fair trade-off. So I be seeing people, you know, they going through they excuse me, you know, they going through their stuff, and you know, some people got to go back to work, some people got to do what they got to do, but I can't do it, man. Like, you know, I just can't do it. I gotta stand strong on that. You know what I mean? And figure out what it is that I need to figure out, and spend the time that I need to spend on, you know, on myself. You know what I mean? And you know, I know it's out here. It's just, you know, you just gotta figure it out. Spend so much time in the matrix and in the programming that, you know, all this shit is new to me. Like, you know what I mean? Everything is new to me now, but I like where I'm headed though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do. I really do. But when you still have attachments to things, you're gonna find yourself, you know, in these jobs, you're gonna find yourself slaving because you're trying to maintain, you're trying to keep whatever it is that you want to keep, whether it be your car, you got a car note, or you got rent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's a way, bro. It might not be the way that you want to do it. You might still be prideful. You know what I mean? You might say, "Damn, well, where I'm gonna live at?" You know what I mean? You might have to do a shelter. You might have to move back in with family. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you gotta be willing to do whatever it takes to, you know, just find your own legend out here. Just find your own whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? But just be in control of your life and in your situation. You know, it's a lot of things that we don't want to do and we choose not to do them, but sometimes you got to, you know what I mean? For me, like I said, you might have to let that car go. You might have to you might not be able to buy this or buy that, you know what I mean? It might be a couple years without taking trips. It might be like that, you know what I mean? It's, you know, shit slowing up, but you ain't really in it though if you willing to allow that to make you go back and work a job. You know what I mean? Something that you hate and you despise. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't in it. You know what I mean? I'm in it. I'm gonna see this shit out. I'm gonna see this shit through. You know what I mean? I got to. I done made the decision. You know what I'm saying? For all that, I could have stayed making $30-something an hour and just complained every day and been miserable, but I still would have had my job. You know what I mean? Like, so I ain't come all this way just to turn back around. Like, fuck that. I'm going all the way. You know what I mean? So